Okay, so the recipe I'm doing tonight is golden hominy chili. I'm going to say the ingredients that the recipe calls for. If it doesn't look like I'm using as much, it's because I've halved the recipe, because the recipe serves 6 to 8, and there's only one night eating. So if I'm telling you it's a cup and it looks like I'm only putting a half a cup in, that's why. But I'm telling you the actual recipe. So, anyways. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is put 1.5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of your pot. Next, you're going to take a large onion, yellow or white, peel and chop. Next is 2 medium sweet potatoes, peeled and diced. Next, you're going to need 1 medium red or green bell pepper cut in short, narrow strips. So I'm going to cut this one in half for my recipe. One cup of frozen corn kernels, thawed. A 28-ounce can of white or yellow hominy. 16-ounce can of great northern beans. 16-ounce can of kidney or pinto beans. A 16-ounce can of diced tomatoes. A 4-ounce can of chopped mild green chilies, or diced. I have diced right here. And 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. Keep in mind that all of these canned stuff can be substituted as fresh. The recipe just called for canned, so that's what I got. But in the future, I'll probably use whatever I can get fresh. 1 teaspoon of already minced garlic, or 2 cloves of garlic minced. 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, a 1/4 cup of fresh cilantro or parsley. When that's done, you're going to add 2 cups of water. Next, you're going to put in the bell peppers and sweet potato. You're going to stir that in and raise the heat so you can bring this to a simmer. Once this comes to a rapid simmer, lower the heat and let it gently simmer for 10 to 15 minutes until the sweet potatoes are tender but still firm. If you're using canned beans, now's a great time to drain them and rinse them thoroughly before we add them in the next step. When the sweet potatoes are tender but still firm, it's time to add everything else but the cilantro. There's the green chilies. And the corn. Here is the drained, rinsed beans. The tomatoes, diced tomatoes, remember to keep them not drained. So don't drain these because we need the extra liquid. And the hominy, this is also not drained. Here is the cumin. And finally, the dry oregano. Okay, so once it's back to a simmer, you're going to let it simmer by itself for 20 to 25 minutes.
What about the Incas? What about the Aztecs? Millions of people who were murdered in Jesus' name, and then Jesus turns out to be a fraud. Wearing that bracelet is a slap in the face.